Let's get this out of the way. I did it again. Back here at Universal Studios. I want the first comment on the video to be, but you said you weren't coming back again. And everybody just liked that comment. In any event, oops, I did it again. Back at Universal Studios, Orlando.
Oh, baby, oops, I did it again.
I figure Rock the Universe is this weekend. A lot of the props will be covered up for that, for Halloween Horror Nights. And then I expect either the Monday or Tuesday following Rock the Universe is next week. We'll have all of our decorations out here for Halloween Horror Nights. It's funny, Rock the Universe really doesn't get much coverage at all. I guess it's not very vlog worthy? I don't know. I'd go if I could. I won't be around this weekend. I'm gonna be making a trip down the Yellow Brick Road. More on that another time. Man, it's 6:30 and the sun's starting to set already. This is a bummer. First thing we're gonna see is we're coming in the park. We traverse the front section of the park. Halloween house is gonna be over here. Stranger Things over there. And the Harvest Scare Zone is gonna be right here. Look what they've done. They have little poles and stands here. And a lot of wood. This is supposed to be like walking through a barn. Oh, and a speaker. And a giant pumpkin. And a school bus door, which we know will be for trick or treat. We have another piece over here with no indicator for what it'll represent. More wood. And then on this side, we have some signage for Haddonfield for Halloween. And no other set pieces around here. Got this wooden fence structure up here though that makes it kind of difficult, I guess, to scare around the outside. So I know last year the scare actors were in here. A lot of the good scares came when people were in queue for the house behind here. And these stands like this, I would assume are going to be tied to characters standing outside there, but I don't believe that they're going to have face characters like a Michael Myers or a Sam. I think we may see some characters from these properties, especially Trick or Treat, but not necessarily the main characters, because this turns into very much like a selfie zone. So the main stage is all set and ready to go for Rock the Universe this weekend, as they're showing Harry Potter there. It looks like they've replaced the grass in the Hollywood Bowl areas. It's all fresh new grass. Then we have food and a bar set up for Halloween Horror Nights. We're coming back to the streets of New York, where Vamp 85 will be. And dun 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 dun. This is where the ball is going to drop on a regular basis. I feel like they really outdid themselves with this. I'm really anxious to see this ball in action. And I think the crowd's going to go crazy. Although I have to be honest, it kind of reminds me of Pleasure Island. In the Macy's window, they've added some other little banner decorations. Cheers to 1985. This side, Happy New Year. A couple more decorations all over the floor. They still left that watch on his wrist though. I demand a Swatch watch. I am really excited about this zone. I don't know if I'm more excited about zones or houses at this point. If you come up the block here, we have a little stage area now that they put in place. Last week when we came here that was empty. With all of the bands that'll be performing, including the Four Norsemen and some tatters up there. I like that effect. So even further up the block, well, further up the block, we have this fan zone from Coca-Cola, which I imagine is for Rock the Universe this weekend. This is interesting now. This actually reminds me a lot of downtown Orlando. I like this a lot. Now I really want to go to Rock the Universe. But back on track. We've got a news van here reporting on New Year's Eve in New York City. This van gets a lot of mileage. Being reused. I think it might have been the same van from Shady Brook. I like that it has like actual New York plates on the van. We're gonna come up, then around the Starbucks, and go down by Sting Alley, where they've added some more props for killer clowns from outer space. Those props that we saw last week in Sting Alley have been moved out, and this has been moved out. And I I imagine maybe cotton candy cocoons, something hanging there. More importantly, you come around, ice cream truck. Holy cow. This looks amazing. Branding. Look at what they have to offer. A fudge superstar. Crunch. Oh, Italian ices. Back in the day in New York. Want some Marino's Italian ices. And it's JoJo's ice cream. Fantastic job here. Complete with the clown up top. Stupendous. And there's nothing on this side. It's all show on the one side. Dear Lord. No! Do not walk near that truck. If you want to be safe, do not do that. Which, by the way, you can see this is going to be a very small zone here, so this block is not big. But I think because of the costumes, they're going to be a little restrictive, similar to the alien costumes last year. This may not be the scariest zone in the world this year, but it's going to make for one hell of an experience to see this come to life. Pay no attention to this. We're going to come back over to Hollywood. Chucky Zone, Revenge of Chucky, Play Pals Toys. Everyone commented on the video we did last week about that 2018. Mike Aiello answered a comment about that. I'll insert a copy of that tweet right here for you. The other thing that everyone commented on was Chucky's legs. His quote-unquote legs. They're not necessarily legs. They do look like legs. They were very clever in what they did. They were just covering up these trusses. So, it was smart. Stage here again for Puppet Chucky. The good guys. Guys. But outside of everything that we've already seen, nothing else new that I can show you here. But this zone's going to be pretty amazing. We know a couple of folks that are going to be scaring in this zone. I am terrified of seeing them. We'll head up towards Twisted Tradition, see if anything is new here. Everybody that I see that comes over here feels the need that they have to touch everything. I can assure you, you can see with your eyes. At least most of the people can. Super melty. And it looks like they've added like moss bunting here. No one has picked these pumpkins still. Oh, by the way, the song playing in the background, I just called to say I love you. What a great song. I just love the job that they did with making some of these look so aged and rotted. Fantastic. And then you have a wagon of rot. Duffman says, one more week. We've come up to Fear Factor Theater. Academy of Villains will be here this year. They commented on the video the other day, so hello to those guys if you're watching again. Sounds like there's some stuff going in there, but no music at the moment. Nothing loud. Very much looking forward to this show this year. At least you can see the lighting truss and stuff up there. Rig looks pretty sick. It's gonna be good. Alright, we're coming back up through New York. We'll see if we missed anything. I'm gonna go back to these license plates for a second because we have that number, New York commercial. You have the matching number on the back. That's one thing to be impressed about. More important to be impressed about is that this is going to take place in New York, and you're in the streets of New York, and there's a license plate on the front. In Florida, you only get one plate. Only one, and it's in the back. So the attention to detail here is they actually know that it's a New York van or New York plates, and there should be two on the vehicle. Small thing that you can say, oh, that's nothing, but it's something to consider when they're building this thing out, and they want to spare no detail here. In the back of this little mini stage, you got a couple of cymbals there. It's interesting. So that's probably a drum kit, and there are stands up here for microphones as well. So I think it's going to be like a fully functioning type set, at least built to look like one. Maybe not fully functioning, but it could be. Hashtag the Panda is out. Look at this guy. Oh no. Are you excited about Horror Nights, Panda? You're not scared? What if they're playing 1980s music in that zone? Are you going to be able to dance? No dancing. No dancing. Is this a magic trick, or are you trying to give me some trash? Nothing there. Oh my goodness. Nearly flawless.
Throw it again. Throw it again.
Nothing there. Nothing in that hand. Oh, a hashtag. It's amazing. Amazing. One last time through the scare zone. Looking at this pumpkin from Trick or Treat. I'm wondering if this is the same pumpkin they used last year to blow the giant fire out of the top. We'll have to find out. By the way, if you're wondering how quiet it is at Universal today, it says Ride Now. You will never see it say Ride Now. I've never seen that. All right, Universal. We've seen all there is to see. Excitement with Cornhole. That's a long throw. Not even close. We're out of here. I'm back home from Universal with lots of noise in the background. Mary likes to rattle everything. But I'm actually home to watch
I'm sorry, guys.
our friends Johnny and Melissa from Haunt Scene doing a live stream on Facebook.
Alright, so this one is going to be over in Jacksonville.
If you guys are not following Haunt Scene on social media, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, you guys are really missing out. Johnny's kind of been like the unofficial, official fifth horseman when we've done the Four Horsemen podcast, but more importantly, they cover all local haunts all over Central Florida. And Jess is peeking out from behind the door. Jess likes Haunt Scene also. And the dry noise. What was that? Oh, good watching. And while I'm watching the Haunt Scene broadcast, I also just remembered Universal, through the Halloween Horror Nights account today, tweeted out something. So if you're not following them, you should definitely follow them on Twitter also. But they tweeted out a social media contest that if you go to the link, and I think it brings you to like their blog post, and you tweet out something, you get entered into a contest to kind of wear an apparatus that you get a POV video filmed of yourself on the 12th, which is the Wednesday before Halloween Horror Nights starts, and that may be the employee preview night also, but it's for the winner and a guest, and I think they're choosing like 12 winners, so you have a few days to be able to get into that and enter that contest. We entered. We rarely, if never, or ever win anything, so maybe, more importantly, maybe you. The last thing that I was going to talk about was just trying to find out what you guys are interested in when we go to Horror Nights. So I'm going to try to tweet out something under our Twitter account. If you're not following us, you can. It's at VFTCS for View from the Cheap Seats. But at VFTCS, we'll put up a couple polls. Are you more interested in the zones? Are you more interested in the houses? What zone are you most interested in? Which house are you most interested in? And you don't have to comment below. What I'll do is I'll put up a couple polls on Twitter and have them up there for a few days, and then when we get to the event, we'll see how everything actually pans out compared to what everyone's looking forward to the most. Alright, I think that's going to do it for us for today. Short video, few updates. I know I said I wasn't going back. I don't think I'm going back again. Unless I win the social media contest at Universal, I don't see myself going back. As for what I alluded to earlier with the Oz thing, going to see The Wizard of Oz, at least this weekend, I'll be back at the Land of Oz, which we went to last year, and you can check out that video up here somewhere. But that is nowhere near Universal, so I definitely won't be there. So on that note, thank you very much for coming along today. Thank you very much for all of your likes and your comments and your subscriptions. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Have a great night. We'll see you guys.